Nice to see you all again. So we're gonna give Tophia another shot, okay? From the other day, I was really upset with her due to everything. If you haven't seen that video was a mess, literally, and trying to post it was a mess. So, Tophia, her birthday's like Saturday or something, and she keeps going on about it and everything like that. And she posted a couple things on her stories about she only had like $8 in her PayPal, and some dress. She was kind of acting like a child, being like, "Oh, I wish I could get it, but I don't have the money. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Buy the dress for me." Um, so she kind of did that, and I've seen a little bit of this, just snippets here and there. Whenever I was folding laundry and just had my YouTube playing in my headphones. So I thought we could attempt to watch this and see how it goes, because I really want to do a double upload today. And well, this is sitting in the playlist that I have for watch later, aka to have for the channel to watch. So, disclaimers out the way. Everything I say is alleged and should not be taken seriously. This is for entertainment purposes only. We're a reaction channel that just dips into the drama and gets out real quick. All we do is just see what's presented and we commentate over it. We have opinions. We like to share opinions over here. And if and of course, if I make any mistakes in the comments, please let me know. Like what I got wrong. If you have any insight on the situation, is there any information that I didn't cover? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? I would love, love, love to hear your opinions. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get right into it. As always, thank you to Tophia's Archive for archiving this live for us. They are a wonderful, beautiful channel, and go support them if you haven't already.
Like, I need a date for Saturday. I need a dress.
Subscribe if you enjoy, please.
You're at work? Do I know what that is? No, I don't know, because I'm surprised you even got a job. I'm surprised they even want to hire you. I wouldn't know anything about someone wanting to hire somebody. I'm shocked they even hired you. But
Tophia, coming from someone who doesn't have a job, period, that person's already doing a million times better than you, because you have no job. And 74 cents alive. I am not going to let you live it down.
yes, I am live on Insta. I'm being nasty. I wouldn't know what that is either. I'm not
Oh, you're always nasty, physically and literally.
nasty. I wouldn't know. It might be, but not me. Here's something I'd say. It's my birthday. Well, happy birthday. My birthday is not till Saturday.
And you're one of those people that, oh, it's my birthday week. Oh, it's a week after my birthday for weeks and weeks. Oh, don't you want to get this for my birthday? Don't you want to give me this for my birthday? Even though the person's probably gotten you 1.5 million different things, and you're just trying to milk, oh, it's my birthday sort of thing. Girl, that would have been okay-ish if you were younger, but you're like 32. Shut STFU. As she likes to put it, STFU.
I'm trying to figure out what to do. Thank you. Exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. You don't let anyone step over you. Making jokes about self-harm isn't funny, so...
You literally the other video where I was so angry with you, I wanted to throw up. You mentioned horrible things that allegedly did or did not happen to you. We don't know for sure. But seems like you don't know for sure either. You keep talking about the Tylenol incident. You keep talking about all these other instances that you have. And now you're like, oh, I don't want to talk about self-harm. I don't want to talk about this. You do it all the time because that is what you do to manipulate people into getting what you want. I'm already getting so sick of her shit. I'm not gonna rage this early. I'm not gonna get mad this early.
I don't know why you thought that joke would land, but it didn't land, and it's not funny.
You're not funny, Tophia. You're not funny in the slightest.
Oh, thank you, Jose. Because I don't get it. People make that joke, but especially with me, I'm diagnosed PTSD major.
Okay, yeah, and I got depression. I got anxiety too. I got medical PTSD up the ass. I can't step foot into a doctor's office without hyperventilating. I can't, like, without hyperventilating, without panicking in some way, shape, or form. Tophia, you act like your experience is unique. There are people with those conditions suffering more than you. You always want to be the victim. No one can suffer more than you. That is what you think, and that is dangerous, and that is stupid.
Major depression. And I was probably undiagnosed for a really long time, which is why at one point I did try to take my life. So,
uh-huh. Sure.
it's not something to be laughing about, because there's people that really do feel like I felt, and they were in that dark place.
Mental health is nothing to, like, raise your nose at or, like, claim that somebody's faking, but Tophia has shown a pattern here. She has shown a pattern of whenever anything doesn't go her way, she threatens self-deletion. She threatens to grab the Tylenol. She threatens to do something, quote unquote, do something. You know, and that has undertones of self-harm or self-deletion. And, you know, she uses it as a weapon. She uses mental health as a weapon. And I do not respect people who use it as a weapon or a shield. Your mental health is your mental health. It might cause you to do certain things, but you are still responsible for those actions. You're still responsible for yourself. And yeah, you might not be able to control it, but it still doesn't give you a reason to be a bitch and be this entitled like Tophia.
And that's not anything to joke about, because I say people don't care and they're not careful what they say, and someone else might see it and then it affects them.
Tophia, that's what you did with the last video, one of your last lives, about, I don't even have to say, the one that pissed me the fuck off with you, why I'm getting to the point where I'm fucking done with you. And I mean, I should be done with you, but I replied to one of your lovely comments, by the way. Thank you for watching. And I explained, and it was towards Foodie, of all people, because of the whole live thing she and Salah did with, they did with the little girl and filming children. And I was telling the person anyway that the more eyes on the bad behavior, the better. And Tophia, you just feed off the attention, whether it's positive or negative, neutral, everything under the sun. You quote unquote have to make it all about you, and no one can suffer. No one can suffer more than you. Tophia, you are a pathetic person. And I don't say that about a lot of people. I always have some faith that people will do the right thing. Majority of everybody, but you are the exception here. I have no faith that you will actually be a good person, or ever will be, just from what you do online.
Find jokes like that funny.
That is only what you do online is a small window, and it is the ugliest fucking window I have ever seen in my entire life of what your life is. You are rude, you are greedy, you are dismissive of everyone else, because only you matter in your little peanut brain.
I got diagnosed by a professional.
Okay, and good that you got a diagnosis. Majority of people can't get diagnosed. but yet they are still more responsible with their mental health and their actions than you will ever be.
I want to get, I don't know. I heard that Walmart does those heart cakes that everyone gets, but I don't know.
You don't need a birthday cake. Dude, this year I didn't even have a birthday cake when I turned 24. I'm not even upset about it in the slightest. I'm not. And Tophia, it's your birthday. You're 32. How am I more mature than you at 24 when you were 30 fucking 2? Make that make sense, Tophia.
If Walmart still does that. Well, how was I supposed to know? I was not in the right headspace, so I just said, hey, let me take 7. It was hot today.
Yeah, you took 7 Tylenol. Yeah, and you got Stud Shoes attention with it. Because you went on live and you made a huge fucking spectacle out of it. That's what you did.
No, I don't do drugs. I don't have
Sure.
money to get a cake. I want to do one of those heart cakes, but my
No.
birthday is literally Saturday. I want to do something for my birthday, but I don't know.
Then figure something out.
A doctor doesn't diagnose you. A mental health professional does. So
You know, they can at least point you in the right direction. I mean, with those depression, anxiety tests. And partly they're there to be able to assist people who may not realize that they have a major depression or anxiety. And they can point you in the right areas to get mental health help. You know?
someone that knows about mental health. Doctors do. Maybe they do diagnose you, but
they're not going to give you official diagnosis. That is up to the psychologist, the therapist, whatever doctor you're going to go see, whatever team of doctors that are for you. They can't diagnose you, but they can help you get to the person who can diagnose you, who can help you. And Tophia, you are a special case to where I don't take your mental health seriously. I take every other person in this world, their mental health seriously. Like, especially my loved ones. All my loved ones. But you, Tophia, I don't take yours seriously in the slightest, just because of the string of fucking lies that you leave around this world and how you manipulate people. Now, I'm sorry you feel certain ways, and I can feel sorry that you might be suffering and everything, but I will not go out of my way to help you. I will not say anything kind about you, because your shit is all performative.
I saw an actual mental health professional, and I talk to a therapist every Wednesday. I can't.
You talk to a counselor every Wednesday.
My Cash App is taken. They took it for they said some investment reasons.
Investment reasons.
I did not have an investment account, though. So I haven't
Okay, and?
met with him in 2 Wednesdays because he didn't show up last Wednesday, and then, or the Wednesday before, he said he forgot, and then last Wednesday he showed up, or he didn't show up. He said he wasn't. So I'm like, great, because I have things I have to talk about. I'm really struggling. It's just like when you...
Because you're struggling. Someone else is not allowed to have a life. Therapists and shit have lives. You know that? Psychiatrists have lives, you know? Everyone else has lives. Shocker, Tophia. They're not going to be on call all day, every day, 24/7. No, they have lives. They have families that they care about, unlike you, with Mama Chu and not giving a shit about her. Other people care about their families, and you act like you're the only one that should matter.
You don't have people that you celebrated with your birthday. That's just sad. Things changed drastically, and I'm trying to deal with that. I do have a job. Mind you, I'm getting paid from Temu, but that's not...
Where is this money, Tophia? I've said it before and I'll say it again. You have literally said this. This is like the 3rd time? For $3,000 or whatever. Okay, where's the 9K, Tophia? Where is your 9K that you're supposed to be allegedly getting from Timo?
Because I told them that they need to accept me to get paid on Facebook, and they said, but then I told them I posted it, So the money should be going through, but that has to go to my storage. And then I gotta pay for this month's storage. And then my
You're behind on storage. You're behind on storage. We all know that you're behind on storage.
phone bill. So no, I don't
Oh, your poor phone bill. Oh no, your phone bill.
want to do OnlyFans. Hey,
If you get on OnlyFans, I'm not even gonna entertain.
I'm trying to get a place and then I'll start working on my content for social media. I really want to do gaming.
You're going to do the same thing over and over and over again.
Gaming computer and do game.
No, stay the fuck away from the gaming sphere. With what happened from, God, when you played The Sims and you got your account taken the first time because you literally just kept them woohooing all the time, that is your problem. And there's nothing wrong with doing that in The Sims, but doing it consistently and just, it's nasty. It's nasty. You are never going to be able to afford a gaming computer. You're never going to be able to afford all this shit that you want. You're not going to be doing that. Other people, you are not going to be doing that because the upkeep and all that kind of stuff, that shit's going to fry within like 6 months because you won't clean it. You won't take care of it. You won't do anything with it other than try and be like, guys, my power supply, it broke. I need a new one. Okay, well, my power supply broke and I spent I don't know how much I paid for the new one, but I fixed it. And, parts are expensive. Computers themselves are expensive, and she's not going to get a good one, and she's going to complain about it until the day it breaks. She doesn't need a PS5. She doesn't need all that overpriced stuff and everything. She had a bunch of Xboxes that she claimed were stolen. I think she pawned it. I think she pawned them. So.
Gaming. So, well, I did game on live streams. I did like Sims. I played Fortnite, but I really want to play again. Maybe Call of Duty Fortnite or something.
Okay. No one wants to see that.
My favorite fast food, Wendy's, Burger King. My mother is doing good. What games would I play? Probably. Well, I want to play a lot of games. I like Mario, Mortal Kombat.
You don't need to be getting a Switch 2, Tophia. You don't need to be doing that. That's the console she wants. She doesn't need to be playing Tomodachi Life. She doesn't need to be playing any of those games.
Fortnite. I'm trying to think. Mario, Mortal Kombat, Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Those are the only games that she can think of because she has a peanut brain.
Zombies is my favorite. I don't know which one it was where you're like in the 80s and then it's Call of Duty Zombies. But I like the one with, I think it's Transit, where you take the bus to the other town.
I'm not a big Call of Duty person.
I've heard of Tomodachi Life, but I've never
No, stay the fuck away from that game.
played it. Oh, Fall Guys and Among Us was fun too. Infinite Warfare, yes. I liked playing Call of Duty. When I was younger, I used to play a lot with my cousin because we used to play Call of Duty Zombies. I was not
Good lord. Okay.
good, but I think
If I'm ever in a lobby for a game and Tophia happens to join, uninstall. Nope. I'm uninstalling the game, getting the fuck offline, never touching that game ever again, regardless of what it is.
going to get back into gaming. Why would I give my storage away? That has my most prized possessions. If you didn't know, we went to a lot of Comic Cons, but it has my favorite prized possession.
You can sell those. You can sell all the autographs that you got, right? You can sell those for like a good amount of money.
Because, I don't know, out of all the autographs I got, I do really like my pop figure, which is Mankind. And I think he put Have a Nice Day on it. Mankind saying. He was also, because my favorite wrestler used to be Mankind, but I also like Cactus Jack when he was Cactus Jack.
See, there's nothing wrong with getting autographs at cons and stuff like that. I personally have never gotten one, but there's there's 2 or 3 that I would really, really, really want. But again, they're, depending on which con you go to, they can be very, very expensive. And depends if you get one of the fancy prints that they have too. And, you know, you don't have to do that. You could technically bring like a personal item and it makes it a little bit cheaper. But, you know, Tophia just is just so irresponsible with it. And, you know, if you have the money and you go to a con and everything, if you go to one, it could be really fun. It could be really great. It gets expensive really, really quick. But I love going to cons. I do. And I haven't been to one in a while. I really want to go again. But again, I know I can't afford it. Therefore, I don't go.
He was also
Tophia complains about not going. I can be sad that I'm not going because if my friends are going, I have to stay back because I can't afford it, and that's okay. Because if I go, I know I'm going to spend the money I shouldn't or don't have, depending on the situation, you know? And she's just complaining to try and be like, oh no, I hope someone doesn't buy my ticket.
Dude Love, and then he wrestled as himself, Mick Foley. But one of my favorite autographs that I've ever gotten was Edward James Olmos. So because this guy had an original Selena poster, and it was the only one he had from when the movie came out. And it was the same year the movie came out, and it was, I guess, a promotional poster or something. But I'm kind of sad because he signed it with our last name to the slight L's because we didn't know what to put. Well, I knew what I wanted to put on it, but my brother's ex was put to the slight L's, and I didn't like that. But I don't sell autographs. I keep them, but I really don't like things sort of personalized. So, and since I think it's been 30 years since the Selena movie, and so he was pretty cool. He was really cool. He actually that was the Comic-Con where everybody just loved my mother. I don't know what it was.
Y'all probably stank. I mean, there are some people at conventions, they smell like, you know, stereotypical BO and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, you know, but majority of people, I would say at cons are actually good people, and they're also just really loving people, the most supportive people I've ever met in a space before. And no one says anything about the people that smell. And I just know that Mama Chu, Tophia, and Brother Chu were stanky. I know that for certain. Good Lord. But those people are so polite that they're not going to say anything.
Talking to her, they knew her, and he said, you, and he was really excited to be.
I mean, granted, that was the con that you went to right before you went homeless. You went to the con knowing you were about to lose apartment Chu, and yet you still went. Even if you still had the tickets, you could have resold them. It is ridiculous that you went to Comic-Con, spent a bunch of money, and then ended up in Car Chew. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Mom, and I was like, do you know this guy? Because my mom, my family, well, they've never really, except my mom, she used to hang out with Johnny Tophia. Her friend used to hang out with someone who, Johnny Tophia would be there all the time. But my grandpa knew Tex Ritter, which was John Ritter's dad. He's met him or knew him. My family really hasn't known celebrities like that, so I was like, what? Do you know him? He was like, you. And then he was excited to meet her, and he was acting as if he knew her, and I was like, do you know my mom? What's going on? And it was crazy too, because I was like, from just one interaction, and then it was sad when he told us that he almost died from cancer, because we were supposed to see him. We had the Selena #1. It's the purple record. My brother got that, and we were going to have him sign that record.
I'm sorry, I'm skipping, because this is just her being down memory lane.
And not the case. Couldn't have been any better, because I love SpongeBob, but instead of getting a SpongeBob autograph, because he's like the Ice King, he's like SpongeBob, we got him to sign Cat Dog picture. But I was upset and sad because, well, my brother met him actually twice, because we had like this Jackass CD, and to sell it all. There was one thing I wish he never sold, and they were selling it at the Comic-Con, and I was so upset he got rid of it. And this is, I don't even know how he came into that. Send this stuff in and get it graded, and it was authenticated, and it was proven to be Daniel Radcliffe's signature. He got it authenticated and everything, but he ended up having to sell it. And then when we were at Comic-Con, he's like, that's my wand. He's like, I should buy it back. And I'm like, why did you get rid of it? Because it's like Daniel Radcliffe. And
Mm,
it was literally Daniel Radcliffe signed wand. It was really,
I mean, how many Daniel Radcliffe signed wands are there in existence floating around? Just saying.
really crazy. I was like, why? That is like a case. But yeah, my Rex. But yeah, this is a new story. You guys probably didn't hear. He had the wand. I don't know. He gets this stuff from like signed plaque, but because they have this stuff like where they auction this. Where'd it go, man? Like seriously, like a giant spider. It's probably a black widow.
I don't know. Wherever she is, she's like, I don't know, in a mini gazebo or something. I don't know. Like one of those little cover things outside of like a library or some shit. I don't know where the fuck she is. And I mean, it sounds like she's kind of in some kind of covered structure, but you know, and sorry, not sorry for skipping through the con stuff. I personally do not give a shit enough to listen to her ramble about it.
That's what it looked like. There it goes. Sorry, that's kind of gross. There's all these spiders and all these bugs.
Yeah, she's probably outside in a covered like little gazebo area and she's getting annoyed about it. Cause shocker, near summertime, that's where all the bugs come out.
Like if you're Albuquerque and you're out at night, like it is gross. Like you down the street and it's nothing but infested with roaches. Like
I mean, that's how it is. Like, when my partner lived near the coast of Texas, that's kind of how that was for them. But I know for myself and where I live, um, we just have mosquitoes, the spiders that like go from tree to tree. I forget what they're called. Like, oh, God, I forget. But yeah, no. The bugs are insane in any area. So, Tophia, you decided to go live outside. You decided to be outdoors.
it's gross. I'm like disgusting. They don't follow me wherever I go. It's just gross.
That's how it is. And I wouldn't be surprised because Roach Chew got up close and personal with you while you were in apartment Chew. Yeah. You were very close with your cockroaches in your house.
Like flying roach. I saw it fly, and we used to have those by the house where we lived on the west side. That's so gross. Like wow. Yeah, don't worry. Anyways, gross. Like,
Anyways.
what was that? I just heard something like my ear.
Yeah, probably a flying roach. Or a wasp. Or a mud dopper. They come out and they fly by your ear and it sounds terrifying.
Gross. There's flying roaches everywhere. Ew. Like all of us. Gross. Ugh, they're outside. Anyways, going for it. If I had an inside to go into, ew.
What happened to your curfew, Tophia? Don't you have to be in your bed at the shelter by a certain time?
Okay. There's one right there. Gross. Outside at night, it's overrun with roaches and it's infested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what to do Saturday because there's this person that, well, never mind. I get it.
No, tell us, girlie. You tell us what they want to do.
Someone was messaging me because they were worried. They were like, no, don't meet with this person. And the whole thing was that I don't want to meet with someone I don't know. It is really random, but at the same time, it's just like when I am ready, I get it. People are like, "There's probably a troll." No, we've been talking for years.
Okay. Then go out with them? I don't know. If it's your birthday, most people with the decency will pay for your dinner or lunch.
And for me, I really don't know. You don't care? Well, then don't. I'm just being friendly. I don't really like the person. They like.
Then it doesn't need to be a date. It could just be a birthday day. That's all it is. You don't have to put a label on it. It literally could just be hanging out.
Me. What is it? Never mind. A squatter. I don't squat anywhere. Go.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Go with them. They can't come down here. My birthday's Saturday. They're working. They can't.
Oh, they're working. Because that's so terrible, Tophia. That's so terrible for you because no one can be with you on your birthday.
Calm. Plus, I don't want to go on a date with them. I don't like them like that.
You don't have to go on a date with them. There's nothing wrong with just hanging out with a person.
I already told them. I was like, I need a date for Saturday. I need a dress. I gained nothing from going on Instagram. I could.
You don't need a dress. You have plenty of clothes. You have plenty of clothes, Tophia. You get a new dress every other fucking day. You don't need anything else.
Could, but I don't have it set up. So I don't really go live much on here. I just go live here because for my TikTok, I just want to play music and it's on the chair. That's gross. Where I was sitting. Right now, I can't go live there. So I would actually rather wait. I need a dress is what I need so I can.
You don't need a dress, Tophia. You want. Your whole issue is you don't know how to distinguish a want from a need. You don't know how to do that. And it shows because look at where you are. You are homeless. You are alone. All alone in life because of what you did and how greedy you fucking are.
Look nice and dress nice for my birthday. Hello.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be cute on your birthday, Tophia, but you don't need a new dress. Use what you have. I'm convinced that she just doesn't wash her clothes. And she's one of those people where I wear it once and then I'm never going to wear it again. And I just either give it away or it's in a pile. And I hide that pile somewhere. I don't know where she would hide it. But she hides it and she's like, oh, I have no more clothes. Oh no, what am I going to do? Tophia, you are stupid. Wash your clothes and you'll find something.
Bugs. No, I didn't get demonetized on TikTok. Yes, my main page, I can re-sign up again in June, which should be, I think I can already re-sign up, but I'm going to post some videos first, because
okay,
it says quality content, so I'm going to...
Quality content. Sure, Tophia. Quality content, because that's what you've always put out. Sure, that's what you've always put out.
Make some videos and post it first before I... No, I do not want to mess with that. No.
Sure.
I don't know why people mess with voodoo and all that. That's like, oh heck no. But I'm trying to... $0 off items means free by chance. I don't understand. No, it's not free. If you read the terms and services, then it'll tell you. Because they told me to put terms and services. If you read the terms and services, then it'll tell you. Because no, it's not free. People have to read the fine print.
You never read the fine print, and therefore it's gotten you in a lot of situations. A lot of stupid situations.
What's the lowest age I would date? Well, not very low. You're hexing me with voodoo? That's weird.
You are 32. You are 32. You should be dating people around your age. But clearly, you do not care. Again, I don't think she's bisexual. I think she just wants attention from whatever breathes. Any other person. As long as they're a person, she will go after them. Now, I would want to believe that in her peanut brain, she understands dating an 18, 19-year-old is not appropriate. Tophia, you're gonna be smart, right? You're not gonna make me eat my words, right? Because, you don't need that. Because you're not a PDF, right? Right? You don't need to be like Brother Chew, huh? And talking to 16-year-olds, right? Right?
If I were you, I wouldn't mess with something I wouldn't know about. That's why I don't mess with that stuff, because you don't know. And to be honest with you, anybody, and I'm going to say this, anybody trying to use voodoo, trying to use People that read the horoscopes, anybody trying to use spiritual things like that for negativity, that's not what it's used for.
Did she see the ankles video of him or them doing God, whatever cards of tarot cards, excuse me, I forgot the word. Tarot card readings for like Foodie and Amber Lynn and all that kind of stuff. Did she see that and think that was like voodoo? Or does she think that someone has an actual voodoo doll of her? Does she actually think that? Did she think that? Or is just the shelter being really creepy and trying to, like, keep her in the clutches of Christianity? And all that kind of stuff. Like, what are they doing to her over there? Because I know it's a religious shelter and everything, but I think... I mean, is she just doing this and being like, I'm denouncing other religious practices because, or, you know, all that kind of stuff, or denouncing things or that are seen as the devil or whatever, or like things that are devil worship and all that kind of crap. And so she went to voodoo because she has to mention that every like live or something. I don't know. Maybe that's an agreement thing that she has to do. We never know.
And they're misusing it. And if
alleged
you misuse it that way, you are opening up the door to something you do not want.
You act like you have experience in that shit, Tophia. You want to know? You want to explain? You want to explain to us why? Come on, Tophia. I'll give you the mic. I'll give you the mic. Because you sound like you have some experience in that bullshit.
And whatever you invite on someone else, you're inviting on yourself and into your home. So I would be careful with messing with that stuff.
Tophia. Would you like a spotlight with the mic for a second? Wanna tell us how you know that?
People think that it's a good idea. It's not. Especially those that try to mess with it to make someone love them or to make someone attached to them. Because when you find out something about that person and they become attached to you and they don't want to leave you alone and they become obsessed with you, that's when it becomes weird.
You saw the movie Obsession, huh? Whatever that movie is, it looks interesting, but isn't that like the plot of Obsession or something? I don't know, I could be wrong. I haven't really like watched. I watched an ad for it like months ago or something, and isn't that like the plot of it? Kind of the gist of it? So I think she just saw that movie and took it too literal.
Or if you're using it to harm someone else, you are inviting that into your own space. And when you mess with something like that, especially if you have someone else do it or you do it yourself, something bad could happen to you.
You want something bad to happen to somebody else and then claim that you were the victim in the situation, or that's what you get because you're a hater. That's what you want to happen.
It could even result in mortality. That stuff is stuff that I don't even mess with. But we do know curanderas that could literally ward off whatever. So if people try to do anything on me, I know people that I can ward off.
Because you happen to know everybody. Like, you know people in the cartel. You just happen to know all these important ass people. You know all these people. Sure, Tophia. Sure.
You do not want to mess with that stuff. This isn't jokes or anything. I'm not gonna say I don't love when people are like, I'm gonna use voodoo. Someone made a voodoo doll of me and it's just like, yikes. That's terrifying because the entity you're inviting into your home, especially dark spirits, would stay away from that.
Tophia, you are something else. You are something else. Oh, boy.
Some people just be weird.
Uh-huh. And you're not weird? And you're not weird. Wow. Yeah, because you're perfectly sane, right? Perfectly sane.
Out of breath, I'm just walking around. No, they made an actual voodoo doll. And then they were like, I don't know.
Because I totally believe you. Totally.
They made
I don't doubt that someone probably actually did this, but like, yeah, I totally believe Tophia. I totally believe that someone made one and it worked. Sure, Tophia, sure.
voodoo doll. Yes, I know because I've done research.
You've done research, not very well researched. You asked ChatGPT. You asked Google. You asked Siri. Okay, I thought I activated my iPad by accident.
Yes, I have looked into that. If you are literally using voodoo to harm people, that's not what it's for. And
That's what you sound like, bro. I'm sorry. I'm on something when it comes to her now.
clearly people are misusing it. It was not for people to use to hurt or to harm people. You do that, you are asking for mortality. That is not a joke. If you want to pass away messing with that stuff, then pass away. Because when
Again, here's that whole fascination with... I knocked over my water bottle. My bad. Or my water cup. Again, this whole fascination with death and dying and, you know, like, oh, if you do this, you're gonna die. You're closer to death. Whatever. You say that about anything and everyone.
wherever you bring onto someone,
You want people to die around you. That's what I feel like is happening here. You just have this weird fascination about death. And it's concerning.
else you're bringing onto yourself. I'm telling you, listen, if you want some dark spirit, dark energy following you around wherever you go, when you move from one place to another, it's always going to follow you until you get rid of it.
At least from what I understand, negative spirits follow negative people. That is what I think, anyway. And again, this is my thoughts. I am only one person out of billions of people. You can disagree with me, and that is perfectly fine. We can have differences of opinions. But I think that spirits latch on to people who have strong negative emotions and choose to live in a life of misery so they can feed off that person. And Tophia, you got some demons following you. I think you do have demons following you just because you're that fucking miserable.
Whatever it is,
Allegedly.
that's why I don't
Allegedly.
mess with that stuff. It's weird to even it's weird even be messing with that. Seeing people using it to make people fall in love with them or whatever the case.
You're just mad because you tried it and it didn't work.
People use that for.
That
is
Tophia tried using a love spell and it didn't work. She tried to get a K-pop idol with it and it didn't work.
weird. When you get stuck, when you make someone attached to you and you do not like who they are as a person and you want to get away from them, then it becomes worse. They could turn on you. That could really backfire.
Sure.
It could even be fatal in some cases because then they could snap, especially if there's some people that catches on to what you're doing and they go to someone and, hey, did this person do this on me? And they find out you did that. It's not going to be good. You
Tophia, shut up. Just shut up.
do not want to mess with that stuff. And I've seen it way too many times.
You're, like, insulting, like, people who practice, like, forgive me if I'm wrong, paganism, and, Wiccan, I think. But you're insulting those people who genuinely have, like, a love and appreciation, who go out and do things correctly, who don't do creepy shit like you claim, who just want to make peace with the universe and whatever higher being that they're choosing to believe in, which is between them and their higher being of choice or choices. And that's okay. If they're not hurting themselves, others, or animals, I don't mind. You know? I don't care. As long as you're not doing anything like that, I don't care. I don't care what anyone believes. As long as, you know, again, not hurting themselves, others, or animals. That's all I care about.
On TikTok, those videos will be popping up, and I saw one person talking about how they were like thinking about this person constantly and they were on their brain, and then they realized that this person had used that on them. And some people have ended up in relationships that turned abusive because they wanted that person attached to them, and then it became very dangerous. These are things that you do not want to mess with, and if people don't want to talk about it, then you guys could leave. But to be honest, that is scary. You really got to think about things. You really got to think about what you're doing.
She thinks she's so deep. She's such an intellectual for having this conversation. She thinks she's so spiritually, oh God, innate, I think is the word. She's so like spiritually aware. That's what she's thinking here. But you know, there's not a thought behind those eyes. There are only 1.5 working brain cells, and they're like, the girls are fighting. The brain cells are fighting. They don't work together.
Doing and how you're
On a good day, she has a half of a good thought or a quarter of a good thought, and then it just goes south real quick.
using that stuff because it's supposed to be used for good, right? I could understand people using it for prosperity. I could understand people using it to help their finances, not make money or win the lottery. But to get rid of negativity, I can understand that. Not in a hateful way, you know what I mean? Well, you can mess with me all you want, but it doesn't matter. You're not messing with me. My grandma and grandpa got me protected. They're dead, so you can mess with me all you want, but...
My grandma and grandpa did good. They protected me. They're dead. Again, your whole fascination with death and dying and mentioning death.
It's not even going to affect me. I have spiritual protection.
Sure.
I'm telling you, you mess with me, you're just going to end up with the bad luck, so...
Sure, Tophia, sure. Because it's not like your life has been horrible anyways.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's not like you've had a string of bad luck with you and your family. All because of your own selfish reasons.
Whatever it is that you're trying to do to me is going to be done unto you. It's already done unto you. That's like, what did Celie say from The Color Purple? What is already done unto me is done unto you. I don't know what to tell you. It's not I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say sticks or bounces off to me and sticks onto you. No, that's not anymore. I don't know what to tell you. You think I'm really afraid? That doesn't scare me. My family is very well protected. Hello. First of all, I'm not even manifesting.
Your family's well protected. Tophia, your brother's dead. Your mom was nearly killed. Your dad's on drugs. And yeah. Just sure, your family's protected. Sure, your family's protected.
Any of that. To be honest with you, all of this negative stuff is happening because of my negative thinking, and I need to get out of that negative thinking. I'm like going to therapy, I'm working on myself, but when I'm in that negative space, I'm not going to get anywhere with the negative thinking, and sometimes I go back to that, and with recent situations that happen, that hasn't helped me either.
Sure, it's all because of your negative thinking, but yet you still want to use manifestation. I'm manifesting that I'll have a business, manifesting that I'll have a restaurant, manifesting that I'll get $1 million. Yeah. Wouldn't that be considered practicing some sort of witchcraft or voodoo or whatever you want to call it? Wouldn't, to Tophia, that would count as it as well. So, Tophia, pick a side. Pick a side here.
You have to understand something. Nobody can beat death. That is the dumbest thing to ever say that.
Again, mentioning death. Every time she mentions death or dying or a dead loved one, God, take a shot. Jesus Christ. Tophia's archive, I think. I think that you should make a compilation for that. To get people sloshed. Oh my God, that would be great. Oh no. Oh, that sounds like a fun night. If I ever end up doing that, I'll let y'all know how it goes. But that sounds like so much fun.
You're so protected, but your brother passed away. He was murdered, and death, the Grim Reaper death, literally does not, like the Grim Reaper death, literally does not miss people, if that makes sense. Hold on. Sorry, I had to do something, but to be honest with you, like the Grim Reaper, like death, nobody is invincible, nobody's immortal. You don't live forever. So that is not even...
No one lives forever, Tophia, and some people, their stories aren't as long as other people's. Excuse me. And well, that's how it is sometimes. And when I was little, I had a very strong chance of not making it. Let's say that. When I was little, I mentioned, I think in one of my Rosie videos, I had childhood cancer. And, well, I was close to death. And, well, I got better. Obviously, I'm still here. I'm making videos. But, I don't want to say I cheated death, but I guess I want to say I laughed in death's face and death said, nah, not now. So, in my opinion, that's how it went. In my head, I would like to think that's how it happened. But Tophia, it's unfortunate when people do pass away. I said before that death is something that happens to us all. We all experience death in different ways, through loved ones, through family, through friends, through acquaintances, co-workers, all that. And Tophia, you don't understand that the fact that other people have experienced this. We all experience death in different ways. We all cope with it differently. We all grieve differently. And Tophia, you think you're the smartest bitch on the block when you are dumber than a brick. You are dumber than a brick. At least a brick knows what its job is. That's at least. And Tophia, you just have to think that you're so, emotionally matured and you can have these big girl conversations and, put on your big girl pants and be like, yeah, this is what I think because, I'm 32. I'm so smart. So I'm going to talk about death. I'm going to think that I'm the most emotionally mature in the room. You're not. You are not the smartest. You are not the strongest. You are not the bravest. And you are not the wisest person ever at all. You're the furthest down the line. And you are just a sad person to look at. To think that so much has been given to you, so much has been offered, so much has been thrown at you to try and get your life together, to get your shit together. And yet you wasted it all because you want more. You want your hand held. You want to be guided through everything until you can get that whatever $1 million. That's not how the world works. That is not how the world works in the slightest, Tophia.
Logical. Even if someone's well protected, that does not mean that they're going to live forever. So sorry, my hand.
Yeah, no one's going to live forever. If you lived forever, that would be a miserable existence, watching all your loved ones die, all your friends, constantly throughout your entire life. Being immortal seems horrible.
Just why would I stop being honest? No, because I can't. I'm trying, but sometimes people are so annoying. But anyways, I gotta get ready and go to bed. If it's dire, what is so funny? And this is when I want to come back at people, because yes, what I wanted to say is, if jobs are so dire, and it's funny, people post this job is hiring. Well, if you know the job is hiring, then why don't you apply? They need people.
Why don't you apply, Tophia? There's plenty of people out there. A friend of mine, he was trying to get a job for a very, very long time. And he would go to these jobs. Oh, we'll get back to you. Never gets back. Ever. And he's qualified for a lot of jobs in his area. But yet he still didn't get any of them. Because nothing and no one called him back. And that is the problem.
The work, but yet you don't want to work. It's crazy that
you don't want to work, Tophia. You don't work. Sorry. I'm getting a little heated.
Telling someone to get a job, but then you're not applying. That means you don't want a job. Mm-hmm. You see the job is hiring.
You don't want a job, Tophia, because you call your 74 cents and $11 from Facebook or whatever, that a full-time job.
You should apply. Sitting here telling someone that is crazy. My father does not have good energy around him, and to be honest, he's invited negative energy with my.
Yeah, but yet your family's protected, right? Because that's what you just said. Your family's protected.
Dad, there was not some good things. I remember one time when we were little, we lived at this one place, and he brought in this Jesus painting or Jesus picture, and it had something in it that was like, there was something in the picture, and he said, you see the picture? It's moving. And my mom was creeped out by it because it was a creepy looking picture. But not only that, he took it because it was Jesus. But my brother was like, I'm cold. Our room was always cold, and then he would say he was seeing things. And so my mom threw it in the trash. She was like, no, I'm getting rid of this because it brought some negative energy. That's why.
I mean, I do think that energies can imprint on objects and everything, and like certain things shouldn't be thrifted. Certain things shouldn't be rebought and put into your home. That's what I think. Anyway, I think that energies are very important, and that might have happened. I mean, it might happen to a lot of people, actually. You'd be surprised. Certain objects bringing into your space does affect the energy and the feng shui and everything just about your space. So I do have a little faith that that story's true, at least what I believe. And if you don't believe what I believe, that is perfectly okay too. She could just be talking out of her ass right now. We don't know. We can have difference of opinions. That's a-okay with me.
You never pick up anything unless it's a photo. Because my mom said, we saw someone's random photo. She's like, pick it up, take it with you. You never leave that because someone did something to it and threw it there and they're suffering. So I was like, it's just, and then one time we were driving and we saw.
What?
Someone threw a Ouija board on the side of the road. It was a Ouija board and I'm like, oh heck no.
Yeah, don't touch that. I don't fuck with Ouija boards. I don't. I'm not interested in inviting anything into my space. I'm not invited to... I'm not going to let anything attach to me or my space or my pets or my loved ones. I'm not doing that.
And I'm like, we should have went back and got it as a joke, but no. There's something you really don't want to mess with. You mess with that stuff and you live.
Okay, Tophia, you act like you're a smart bitch. You're not. That should be common sense.
In a haunted house, so when my grandma's
Allegedly.
house was
If you want to mess with Ouija boards, go ahead. That's on you.
haunted till the priest blessed it. And then we lived in a haunted house that my parents were renting to own. My grandma said she heard things when she stayed there.
Oh, that's the alleged house, yeah. The one that your family could have got in like 2002? Yeah, where is it? Yeah, your dad got sick, right? And it's no longer your house.
Just, no, because I need to get a place to live. I'm not schizophrenic. When you see things...
I do think you're kind of schizophrenic. I think you get it from Papa Chew.
You know exactly what people are talking about. There's evil people out there. Do you think people that unalive people aren't in their right mind to know ghost stories? I seen, so one time, what was it? Oh, I was walking by the cemetery. We were walking at night because I think that was when we were coming from the hospital. I'm not sure. We were walking and it was dark. And this dark, tall figure, it looked like the silhouette of the Undertaker. This tall, dark figure. There's this house that someone lives in, and then they have on the side of the house and then on the other side is the cemetery. And he was just walking, this dark figure, not even talking, walking up to the gate. And for some reason, I don't know what it was. I was just looking at this figure. The next thing I know, I'm in the street and I hear honk. This car almost hit me and I was like, I'm sorry, because I didn't know what it was. I was looking at him. I was like, let's go. It was by the cemetery and the car honked. I almost got hit by a car because I was just zoned out, but I was looking at this.
That's just you not paying attention, Tophia. That's what that sounds like.
Figure. Thank you. Somebody had to say it. Potato chimp muncher. They do. Well, here's the thing. They do that all the time because people have to think like them. That's what it is. People have to think and act and be like them. What is the thinking in this guy? If you don't think like them, if you don't hate someone like them, even though you're not defending someone, if you don't have the same opinions or viewpoints like them, they don't like you. It's crazy. Well, I don't care.
I respect anyone with a difference of opinion, but if someone tries to say I'm completely wrong, then okay, well, your opinion is your opinion and my opinion is my opinion. I don't think either of us are going to change our opinions, but we can respect that we have a difference of opinion. That is the difference. I don't really hate anyone on their opinion. There are some things that I will highly disagree with and lose respect for certain people. Especially with having to deal with, a certain gender not being able to have, rights and choices over their own body anymore. I'm very passionate about that and think those people are the stupidest human beings in the world. Because everyone deserves to be able to have health care. Everyone deserves to have their own bodily autonomy, and all that kind of stuff. So if someone tries to ever argue with me on that, you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I'm not going to yell at you and try and defend myself. You have your opinion. I think you're flawed, and I'd rather not have a conversation with you. That is how I feel about that.
That's kind of rude.
I don't hate people because of that until they give me a reason to hate people for their opinions.
I'm just saying. I'm reading the comments. They don't have to say that. It's implied. Anytime someone says something, they're threatening to dox or harass somebody, whether they like me or not. You don't have to say it. It's implied. I don't even have explicit photos. Those are photos that they photoshopped, or there's some photos that they made with AI.
I hope they're not real. I hope not. Because, Tophia, you're... No one wants to see that.
Which is really weird because they're using the same technology that is used to make nude photos of minors. So you're so...
Tophia... She always has to bring up that, but yet your brother and your father were alleged PDFs.
Supporting AI. You're literally supporting the same technology that is used to make photos of minors. And I'm not talking about the AI technology, the same technology that Elon Musk refuses to fix. It's gross. It's literally Photoshop because I don't post photos for that reason. I don't even have photos like that on my phone. I don't have any nude photos because I know that...
Sure, because I totally believe you.
Have been hacked, their iCloud, and then people have shared photos of them. I know that photo has been used for years, but it's still not okay to do. It's still not okay to make fake photos of people. Why are we justifying that? That's gross. I know that photo's been used for years, but it's gross. Does it make it okay? It's not that I'm not confident enough. I don't want to post that because I don't want people out here posting it everywhere. You know that there's this one OF model that is now asking people to remove all the videos she made because she doesn't want her kids to see it.
Tophia, for someone who doesn't want to be on OF, you follow a lot of OF creators.
Sometimes people need to really think about things before they do it. Because now you're out here wanting to get all of those
You need to think about things before you do it, Tophia.
videos taken down, which is probably not going to happen, so your kids don't see it. This is why people need to think for their future. What if you have kids in the future? Then what? You don't want your kids to see that stuff. You got to be careful. Like me.
You are never going to have children. I never want you to have children. I never want you to come on this app and say you're pregnant. Ever. Ever, 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 Tophia, because you would be the world's most horrible mother. You would neglect that child always. You should not have children.
Yeah, I already...
Let alone be around children. You are not going to be a good influence around children ever.
saw what happened to certain people getting their OF leaked, which is crazy because that's against guidelines. You're not supposed to take OF content outside of OF, especially if you pay for it. You can get in some serious trouble. Well, you could say I have a horrible digital footprint, but people just love to hate someone, and it's...
You do have a horrible digital footprint. It is atrociously bad. And that might be the reason why you will never be able to get a normal job. By whatever grace, by whatever higher being, you will probably get a job, but it might not be a good one.
So crazy. Like, when I clear my name, and some of you guys really meet a lawyer.
When I clear my name.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. But hey, like...
Because you want to get a pro bono lawyer? Sue all of us? Yeah, sure. Sure, Tophia. Sure. That's what you're gonna do. And it's gonna work out. Sure.
I just think you could say whatever you want online and have no repercussions.
That's what you do. You got a lot of repercussions coming your way. If that's what you think.
Like, oh, weird. Nobody said that. Like, really being fatphobic. You're getting blocked. Anyways, I have to go because I need to get some sleep. But have a good day tonight. You don't have to have a lawyer. I can get one pro bono. Oh, yeah?
Pro bono lawyer. Sure.
You're going to take that stuff to court? I really want to see people take that stuff to court. And when the court dismisses that because it's faked, made photos, you can't take that stuff to court. You do know that. That's not real receipts. I would love for people to take the one where I'm on 2 apps at once on iPhone. I really want to see the look on your face when the judge looks at you like you're stupid. Because there's no way you could be at 2 places on once on an iPhone. But anyways, I have to go. Have a good day and night, you guys. I will see you guys later.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Okay. So, that live was a little bit better. I was very much... I don't enjoy the Tophia videos as much as I used to, just because she's in an arc where I just don't enjoy her anymore. In my opinion, I don't enjoy her anymore. But, you know, Tophia is going to do what she's going to do, and I'm going to be here for whatever downfall, especially for Bridge 2. I'm excited for that arc. Because I have a feeling it's coming. And I'm I'm here for it. It might teach her things, it might not, but you know, I'll be here for the ride. Um, I, I got a little angry at her. I got a little peeved. I got, you know, just a little bit mad. Not nearly as mad as the other video. Um, but oh Lord Jesus, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you have, please subscribe and share the love with Tophia's archive. I know they work extremely hard for Tophia's videos that she posts. So, anyway, thank you for being here. Hope to see you in the next one. I'll most likely upload this, like really soon, actually. So, if you could, I'm Ray. Please like, subscribe, give me a comment. Give me your opinions about Tophia. What did you think about Tophia in this video? Did you find her annoying? How do you feel about her doing these lives and not being on camera? Like, what do you think about it? Do you think she's like hiding? Where do you think she's hiding? What do you think she's doing? I know I have seen some people think that she found like a construction site porta potty or something, or she found a playground to sit in. I don't know what would fit her. But yeah, anyway, it was lovely having a chat with y'all again today. And I will see y'all in the next one, guys. Bye.